Christmas came to a crashing end for many on the East Coast. Wild storms battering, in particularly southeast Queensland. It seemed to cop the brunt of it, that's for sure. Joining me live now is Queensland Fire and Emergency Services Deputy Commissioner Kevin Walsh. Kevin, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for joining us here on Sky. It was really awful news confirmed overnight. One lady killed in those storms. What more do we know?
Yeah, tragic circumstances, obviously. We had a line of thunderstorms move through southeast Queensland last night, bringing really destructive winds and locally intense rainfall, impacting on the Scenic Rim, Logan and also the Gold Coast. So they were the three LGAs that were predominantly affected by the storms. And with that intense storm, obviously, lots of trees were brought down, and unfortunately, a lady lost her life at Helensvale last night, and the police will obviously prepare a report for the coroner.
Yeah, just awful to see that, especially on Christmas. How many call-outs have you had across the state more broadly, and what type of damage are we seeing?
Yeah, so last night we had 140 calls to the Fire and Rescue Service. So we deployed resources from Brisbane down to the Gold Coast. There were a lot of trees crushing houses, people caught in floodwaters. And of course, we've got currently on our books for the State Emergency Service, we've got over 500 calls. So there's a lot of emergency service personnel on the ground in the cleanup today. But a lot of those people in last night were assisted to safe locations from houses where they were trapped from falling trees, as I said, caught in fast rising floodwaters as well. So a whole range of rescues, and in total 28 people were removed to safety.
Another big issue has been the power going out in parts of the southeast with so many of those trees going down, as you say. How quickly can that sort of thing be restored, or is this just one of those a matter of time situations?
Yeah, well, obviously the amount of trees that came down was significant, and obviously they bring down the overhead lines. So we know that Energex and all of the lines people are out on the ground today. They've got lots of people on the ground, but they did bring down over 500 lines. So we've currently got over 100,000 people without power. So that will take some time to get back in order. But we know that there's lots of people on the ground helping, and the Energex have responded very, very well, as we know that they do in these situations.
Is that the number one priority then for today, trying to remove the trees, get the power lines sorted so people can get the lights back on?
Yeah, certainly. In terms of the trees, obviously the local council has initiated the local disaster management group, so all resources of council are on the ground as well. Our SES colleagues in chainsaw teams are out on the ground cleaning up, but we do have to keep an eye on the radar this afternoon as well, because the Bureau is already having some considerations about warnings for similar types of severe thunderstorms late this afternoon. So I encourage everyone to keep an eye on the Bureau's website and keep an eye at what's due for this afternoon.